Hey there everybody, Aaron here. Welcome to another episode of Gideon's Tactical. Today we're going to be testing out the Ontario Knife Company Gen 2 SP42. That's what we're looking at here today. We're going to do a hard use field test, really see if this is a good blade to purchase. I'll give you a couple basic specs and we'll jump out there and begin to use this fantastic Ontario blade. Alright, so what we got on this knife is from the guard to the tip, a 7-inch blade made out of 5160 high carbon steel, Rockwell hardness 53 to 55, which is really good for that type of steel. It makes it very extremely tough and durable. You're not going to get any sort of breaking, with this type of blade, and it holds a good edge because they put a good heat treatment over there in Ontario on these SP models from their line of Spec Plus products. So it's great heat treatment and extremely tough, much tougher than your average 1095. It's going to be able to take a lot of more, shock and side-to-side abuse than, say, just a normal 1095 from, say, K-Bar or, another type of 1095. So the 5160 is awesome. It is a high carbon, so you want to make sure, keep it oiled, take care of it. Got a high traction coating on there. The actual cutting edge is 6.5 inches, full flat grind. You gotta love that. And has an awesome spear point design. It is 3/16 of an inch thick, so nice and thick for some splitting of wood, and you're going to be able to span a lot with that 6.5 inches. Craton handle and a full tank construction, and it weighs in at just over 9 ounces. I believe it's like 9.4 ounces last time I weighed it, plus the sheath, and it's going to run you right around $60 on Amazon or eBay. So let's go ahead, jump out there, and begin to use the Ontario SP42. Gotta love that SP42. So you can see here with the SP42, I'm able to get real nice shavings done very easily with that full flat grind. I love full flat grinds for this type of carving. It's very comfortable in my hand as well. I can easily do this all day long. The way the guard is designed, I can easily kind of get right there. It would have been nice if they gave us a finger choil on this knife. They don't, obviously, but I can easily do this with this kind of survival style knife. It's a fighting knife, it's a survival knife, it's kind of a jack of all trades knife. I can really get some of these real good shavings done here, and if I have to, I can easily go up over that guard. You guys know that I like knives that I'm able to get a nice, thumb rest right there. The guard is shorter than on, say, like a K-Bar, and it's, that Craton, so it kind of gives a little bit, so it's pretty comfortable. It's not ideal, obviously if there was no guard up here it'd be even better, but I am able to get that thumb rest up there and go to town if I have to get, really aggressive on the piece of wood if I need to, and it doesn't hurt my hand. But I can actually do this and it doesn't bother me for quite a while. So on comfortability, it's definitely more comfortable than a K-Bar, in this sense, and it'll definitely do this job for you if you need it to. Okay, we'll test out the SP42 here, and we're going to see how it does against this heavy duty nylon rope that you would cut with. Boom. Oh my gosh. Sweet. I really wasn't expecting it to go through quite that fast after having to reprofile the edge. But boom. Real nice. Slides right through this heavy duty nylon cord very, very easily. The SP42 can go through that nylon webbing and rope. Real nice and easy. Sweet. Good cutter of man-made materials. There you go. Nice. That 0.2 inch thick spine allows you to really do some good batoning. That was easy. So the thickness on the spine of the 42 is going to allow you to do this good batoning very easily. It's not a BK2 or an SP51, but you are going to be able to get some good batoning done without too much trouble. You got a good blade length there to span the wood, and then that drop point very easy on your batoning stick versus, say, like the K-Bar fighting utility knife, would damage your batoning stick quicker. And you can definitely get your, you know, medium to small kindling done with the 42. All right, let's talk about the stabbing capability here on the SP42. This is definitely designed to be a fighting slash survival knife. You know, do some woods use if you need it to, but also be able to stick a bad guy in the gut. And you can see here, I'm getting really good stabbing penetration. The tip is really strong. I can do some prying and I'm not worried about it snapping off on me. But it's also designed really well with that almost spear point that I can really get a good stab and penetration. The guard works really well, keeps my hand really locked into place. You know, I'm not worried about sliding down and hurting myself in that reverse grip. And if I was stabbing in just a traditional, you know, it's definitely locked in. I'm not going to ride up and accidentally hurt myself. And with 7 inches on that blade, you're going to be able to reach out and touch somebody, you know, real easy. So the stabbing capabilities, both with the blade design and then the traction that they give you with the craton handle and rubberized guards, guards, makes this a fantastic self-defense tool for those in the military, or you're just looking for a blade that you can do some wilderness tasks, but you can also defend your life with. The SP42 is definitely a blade to consider. All right, so the sheath you get with your SP42 is, you know, a nylon sheath, very, very basic. No pocket on the front. You got 2 leg lashings down here. You got MOLLE along the back, which is nice, and you got a nice big loop there for your average belt size, or you can use the MOLLE obviously to feed through all your MOLLE gear or attach to a bigger belt if you needed to. Then you just have one attachment here with a button. I'm really glad they give you a button and not a Velcro snap, so that pops open. And then you got your little hinge here, so this is totally adjustable if you want to get a tighter, snugger fit on your SP42, or if you want it, you know, a little looser, then you just pull your knife out. And this is really nice, heavy duty, a little bit better quality nylon than, say, the Becker line of nylon sheaths. And then you got your little polymer plastic insert, slide it back into place, snap the button back over. Real loud though. So I'll show you a really quick little mod that you can do to kind of just get a snugger fit with your sheath here in just a moment. The plus side is that this will carry a lot of different knives. You know, a lot of those top knives maybe that come with even a lower quality nylon sheath because of the Velcro than this one. You know, this will hold a lot of knives that will go up to, you know, as long as they're 7 inches, actually 8 inches in length, and the same 0.19 inches thick or a little bit thinner, then they'll fit in this as well, because this sheath is also the same that's on the SP43, which is 8 inches in length. So 7 to 8 inches or less, you know, a lot of different knives you could fit in this little Ontario sheath. But now let's look at the little mod that that you can do, so you can make it a little bit tighter, snugger fit and not rattle as much. All right, because of how loosey-goosey the Kydex polymer molded plastic sheath is inside here, this little insert, if you just remove the paracord out of those 2 eyelets, that is what's holding that little insert in there. So you would remove your knife, and then if you just kind of pull a little bit and play with it, see if I can do it here for you. Get my finger underneath there. Boom. Now you can see I can pull this out, and then I would heat this up and just squish it a little bit. You can use a hairdryer if you have to, but you know, it's going to take a really long time. Recommended, you know, you use some sort of heat gun, you know, and you can just heat it up a little bit, squish it down, kind of mold it so it'll be really nice and snug for your SP42. And you can do this with almost all the Ontario SP model line of products. They're just held together through those paracord rivets by the paracord, and then you just slide it back into place, run some paracord through there to keep it nice and snug. So that is a quick fix for, you know, the clacking and rattle and loose fit of that polymer plastic insert on your SP52 and several of your SP model blades by Ontario. So you can see, I mean, this is a little branch, and the SP42 is doing okay, but you know, it weighs like 9 ounces, or just over 9 ounces. So that's about the most you're going to be wanting to chop with your SP42. It just doesn't have a lot of weight. It's comfy. I like the hook back here if you're holding just your pinky off and then you put your 3 other fingers and your thumb around the knife, you swing. So I mean, it's able to do some light chopping, but that's not really what it's designed for. And you're definitely going to want a bigger knife if you're looking for, and a heavier one if you're looking for a big chopper to be able to chop down small trees. This is mostly for like limb clearing and brush clearing, and maybe you know, a tree about the size of your wrist. That's about it for the SP42 when it comes to chopping. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up the review on the SP42. And I want to give you a couple competitive options, not necessarily in price, but just in design and philosophy, because this thing is designed to be kind of a jack of all trades. And it's a great jack of all trades blade, particularly at the price point on Amazon or eBay. You can find them anywhere between 55 and 65 bucks, just kind of depending on who, what, when, where, and why. You're able to pick up an SP42 for definitely around that price point. And I just want to show you an example. You know, the SE6 is double the price, but this is going to be a much better wilderness, purely wilderness blade. You know, it doesn't have any finger guards to worry about. It's got a nice finger choil. The relief edge is a little more aggressive, so it's going to slice and carve wood a little bit better, and it's a little heavier, so it'll chop better than the SP42. So for wilderness, the SE6 is going to be a better knife. But on the flip side, you know, the GovTac is an example of a pure fighting knife. You know, I don't have a K-bar utility fighting knife on me. It's on a loan to a buddy of mine, so I can't really, you know, throw that in there. But as an example, you know, the GovTac or the K-bar fighting utility knife, you know, these are designed to be, you know, self-defense, stick a guy in the gut, you know, cut some rope, you know, your Humvee flips over, you know, cut the paracord and the seat belt, you know, to get out, you know, cut through molly and do man-made materials and defending your life. That's really what it's designed for, and it's not going to be very good at wilderness, whereas the SP42 will chop better, baton better than, say, the GovTac or a K-bar fighting utility knife. So with that being said, you can see that the 42 is definitely kind of the best of both worlds. So you can see they've kind of, with the SP42, combined the two knives. They've combined some of the wilderness qualities of the SE6 or like a Rat 7, and they've combined some of the fighting capabilities of, say, a SAW GovTac or a K-bar fighting utility knife, and kind of put it into one package for you at a very reasonable price of around 55 to 65 bucks. So it will do almost anything you throw at it well. It won't do it amazingly well, but it will do it well. So I would highly recommend it, particularly if you're looking for a good like bug out bag knife, you know, that you just want to throw in your truck, or maybe, you know, throw in your bug out bag, and, you know, you never have to think about it. You don't usually use it, but, you know, if it comes to that point where you need to defend your life, and God forbid, you know, in an urban environment, you know, crap's hitting the fan around your home, or you're out in the woods and, you know, you're driving on a 4-wheel trail and your truck flips over and you got to survive for the night. Either way, the SP42 will do those tasks well. Not amazingly well, but it'll do it well and be very tough and reliable, and you can bet your life on the SP42. So thanks everybody for watching. Stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.